What is going on, Dolphins Nation? Are we on episode 11? Is this 11?
It's 11.
Episode 11 of the Dive Bar podcast. A little bit different setup for me. I did lose power. We are storming pretty bad up here in the Northeast. But hey, we're here. We're here. We're going to do our thing. We're going to do our thing. So we're going to make it work. We got a special dude on tonight. He's been probably the biggest name on the timeline. I think that's a fair analysis of Quinton. The last week, the guy's making waves at camp, was just named the starting outside linebacker on the depth chart. So we're going to get into that. How you boys doing? You all right?
Feeling good, bro. I got to experience my first camp of the season today. Got to give Blake the hats. Blake was nice enough to give all the rest of the boys the hats. I was pretty hype about that, bro. Even the fact that these guys even care that much is just dope. You know what I mean?
So good. Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I had a great day. Great day. How about you, Baba?
Yeah, we appreciate you doing that, man. Boots on the ground is always good. Firsthand, handing off the hats firsthand and making that happen. Appreciate you, Joe. And I'm excited, man. It's like we keep saying this, but it's unmarked territory again. Like we're in the middle of training camp. We're 48 hours from the first preseason game. We're talking to the camp standout. So like, this is hype, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, let's bring them on, boys. Let's bring them on, boys.
Let's get this going. Let's get it going.
I'm putting the helmet on as always.
The opportunity is right now.
Terrific defensive play. Intercepted. From the Valor. Off the back. Two on the move. Going deep. Speed race. He's got Hill. He's got Hill. The Dolphins have recaptured the lead.
And we are back. Shout out FinHub for that incredible introduction. That never gets old. He's got Hill, baby. He's got Hill. We are back with Quinton Bell, the starting outside linebacker for the Miami Dolphins right now. Quinton, how you doing, man?
Going on, man. That intro got me turned up, man. I'm ready
Let's
to
go.
play right now.
Let's go.
Hey, that hat you're wearing's got me turned up, baby.
Let's go.
Got me right today, man. I'm loving the hat.
Yeah,
Great
Quinn,
to
it's
be
a pleasure.
It's here, fellas, for real.
It's a pleasure having you, man. I know that we got about 30 minutes here, so we want to get right into it. You're the hottest name on the timeline right now in Dolphins Twitter. Everyone's talking about you. I want to give you the open forum and just talk about this camp. What has been different? What has put you over this edge? To see where you're at now. They just released the depth chart. What was it, 2 days ago? You see your name at the top of the list. What's that feel like? Just give us a rundown, man.
Oh man. I guess the word I would use is just amazing. Going into last season when I got here around October, on the practice squad, and I feel like every opportunity that I've got with each team that I've been on, I've just been able to go in there, and my main goal has always been to just go in there, hey man, show them that I can play, and show them that from the day that I get here to each week to each day that I'm getting better every single day, whether it's physically in the weight room and then my production on the field, on the practice field, with those opportunities against, starting offenses, being on practice while you're practicing against starters. So, if you can make plays against those guys, it's always a good look, for a guy like me or anybody on the practice squad. So just going back to that was my goal every single week, was just going in there, showing them boys, hey, I can ball against your starters and make myself better while I'm making the team better every single week. And kind of easing into the offseason, we had a few injuries to my brothers, man. Shout out to them, praying for them every single day. I definitely was aware of the opportunity that was there. And I wouldn't even say that it changed my preparation, just because I attack everything to get better. I attack every offseason to get better physically and to get better mentally and to get better at my craft. But I definitely was aware of the opportunity. So going into OTAs and everything, obviously I didn't know what was going to happen with the draft, didn't know really anything. I just knew that I was there and there was an opportunity and I was going to make the most of it. And my line that I live by, being in the NFL for, a few years now, is control what you can control. So I know that I can't control who they're going to draft. I can't control, when whoever comes back from whatever injury, I just can control when I go out there, what they see me do, how they see me work. And I attacked OTAs and had a really good OTAs in minicamp, made strides. Shout out to my coach, Ryan Crow. He's been an amazing coach. love the work that he's done with us as a group, not just me, but us as a group. And I love, I definitely say that he has played a big part in my development this offseason. And just attacking it, man, and my goal was to build off of that. I had a great OTAs, great mini camp, and my goal was to build off of that coming into training camp and pick up right where I left off. And I would say that I've definitely been doing that since day one, flying around, making plays, gaining trust with these coaches is really what I've been trying to do since day one. Understanding my assignment and just playing fast. So it's been an amazing experience, an amazing training camp. And yeah, we got the first preseason game coming up here on Friday. I'm super excited for that. Just playing great football right now. I'm really enjoying myself, and I feel like I'm really just now hitting my prime as far as my development as an outside linebacker, my development as understanding offenses in the NFL, mentally, my mental development, everything is just kind of clicking right now at this point in my career. So yeah.
Man, I would say like in the NFL, everybody in the NFL is a one percenter. It's just facts.
Yeah.
Like, what was it about your game that you needed to change in order to get this like opportunity?
I think that the main things that I worked on since I've gotten in the NFL was just the techniques, the technical stuff. I mean, it's no secret. Like I'm a pretty good athlete. I'm a fast guy. I've always been fast. I used to play receiver. I've always had the speed. I'm strong. I'm big. And the next piece of my game that I need to add was just now I need to become an NFL outside linebacker. I need to take that.
Phone call.
Make it translate. Work on it. You know what I mean? And over the years, I've definitely been able to do that. I would say that I would probably say that around 2 years ago when I was in Atlanta, and I want to say 22, I think it was, is when I feel like I really made a big stride that camp, where I really started to feel like NFL edge, and I really started to feel like I'm figuring this out. I'm able to make plays against good players. I'm able to set the edge great. Had a really coach back then too, in Ted Monachino. But I feel like that's what I needed to do. I needed to take my athleticism that I already had and just, become a technical technician and add my athleticism to that, and I think that I've been able to do it over the years to continue to get better.
Yeah, so being a guy that's jumped around a little bit, you've been on the move a couple of times, you've had to regather yourself and set your feet again and again. What does it mean to you to be having such a good camp and seem to be hitting your groove with the Dolphins right now and be getting the spotlight you are and all the love you're getting right now?
I mean, it means the world. It means the world. I've always thought highly of myself, my family and my team, and everyone's always thought highly of myself. And so to be in the best opportunity I've ever had in my career, it's just an amazing feeling. One thing about me, I've always appreciated the grind. It definitely has not been an easy road for me, starting from when I was in college, getting to NFL, to all the ups and downs of the league that I've been through. But I think ultimately it's made me stronger, and my mindset's always been like, I'm going to get what I deserve. And that's what I tell myself all offseason, and that's what I've told myself every single year, no matter what happened, no matter if I was cut, if I made the team, if I didn't make the team, if I was on a practice squad, like I'm not going to stop until I feel like, I get what I deserve, and I truly believe in myself. And I tell, my little brother and all my family, like, you can't expect anyone else to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. And I've always believed in me. I've always believed in me, in my work, and my ability to get better. Like, I think that making that switch in college for me was just like, if I can do that, I know that I can do anything. And so I've just continued to work and just continue to get better and continue to just make the most out of any opportunity that I could get, whether it's signing to the practice squad, signing to someone for training camp, whatever it was. I'm just like, I'm going to attack this, and I'm going to attack it 100%. So.
And I want to talk about Coach Weaver for a second. One, what's it like playing for Coach Weaver? And two, this is Miami's, I believe it's the third defensive scheme in 4 years right now for Miami. So what about it with with Coach Weaver's scheme? Do you think that you fit in? And obviously there's something about it that you're excelling in. And what is that piece? What is that element that you're able to have this type of camp and this kind of success in his scheme?
Definitely. First off, Coach Weave is an amazing guy. I love Coach Weave. I feel like there's always a deep connection when you have a coach who has played in the league, and they really, they understand what players go through and what players are thinking, especially him being a former defensive lineman and a defensive line coach as well. I mean, he gets it, man. He gets it, and he really appreciates the grind for us players. I feel like in his scheme, I really just really fit it. Playing this Sam linebacker position in our base 3-4. I do a little bit of everything, and I feel like my athletic skill set has it just fits in perfectly. I'm able to be in coverage. I'm able to set the edge. I'm able to play in coverage. I'm able to play a little man coverage. I'm able to drop in the quarter flat, drop in the hook, play a little bit off the ball. I can do. I feel like my athleticism, my skill set allows me to do just a little bit of everything, and that's kind of that's really what I'm doing in this defense. And I feel like that's the more you can do, what they say, right? And so me, being able to do all these things, I feel like it creates that role for me where we can kind of put this guy anywhere, and he can get it done. And that's the trust that I want to gain with them, that I want to continue to still work at every single day that I'm working at now. Is like, you can put me here, you can put me there, wherever you want me at, and I can get it done. So
we heard from Tanner Connor. It was last week, and he said that a big difference about the defense this year as an offensive player going against you guys is that you guys are given a ton of freedom this year.
Right.
Is that something that you see on your end too?
I'll be honest. I mean, I got here a little bit late last year, so I don't I learned a little bit of Fangio's defense. I wasn't in it all the way. I wasn't there in training camp, so I'm not gonna, I can't really compare the two.
Yeah.
But I will say though that we're doing a lot of different things, and it feels like every single period that we're calling plays, every play is just different. Everything's different, and some are similar, but there's so many things that we do. So many with different ways, different things we can show in offense, different ways we can attack in offense. So yeah, I agree with that statement. There's a lot, definitely a lot.
So one thing I'll add to that, Tanner mentioned that the defensive front specifically was very multiple. And today we even heard, Chop was lined up over the center. Today or yesterday, Chop was lined up over the center and beat the guy. Is that something y'all are doing? They got y'all lining up over the center, got y'all lining up everywhere? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, man, he dials up a little bit of everything. So I would definitely say that, over these games that everyone will watch this year, you're going to see a lot of different stuff, a lot of different fronts, a lot of different coverages. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, you're gonna see it. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, in terms of more depth guys, right? Because the NFL, people don't really realize how important it is to have depth. Injuries happen; it's just part of the game. What other depth guys, both on the offense and defensive side, have you noticed in this camp have taken a big step since maybe last year, or even a rookie?
Oh man, a lot of guys, man. First off, shout out to Tanner Connor. I appreciate the words. I've been meaning to tell him that in the locker room too. I saw it the other day when he did it. Somebody sent it to me. But Tanner Connor, man, he's a crazy athlete too. I remember running down with him on a look kickoff team last year. We were both running down, sprinting, and he's right there. I'm right there. I'm like, man, this guy is fast too. He's a crazy athlete, and I mean, just going back to OTAs, guarding him on his out routes and things like that, man. That dude can fly, and he's a hell of an athlete. So shout out to Tanner Connor, man. Ethan Bonner, my guy E, he's been going crazy this camp. He's been snapping and he's got that dog in him, man. Something about Ethan, man. As from the day that I met him, we had a locker last season. We had our lockers were next to each other, and so me and him were talking all the time, and I got to know him really well. He's a dog, man, and I would say he's having a great camp as well. He's doing really good. Grayson Murphy too, our guy in our room.
Yep.
He's improved tremendous since OTAs and mini camp and going into this camp now. He's made a lot of plays. He's been getting better. Chop, shout out to Chop. Chop's I feel like all our rookies, man, have just made just strides from OTAs to mini camp to now Mo too. Mo's doing really good. Everyone's improving. All the rookies are improving. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you don't hear that every camp though, right? You don't hear that in every locker room. No, I feel like it starts at the top, bro. In the top of this locker room, it just trickles down to greatness. I love what I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would definitely say this team, man, we have a lot of guys, including myself, a lot of guys that are underdogs, that aren't household names, that have been on practice squads, that are hungry guys, man. They're hungry and they want it just as bad as anybody. I know I do. I know Ethan does. I know all my rooks do. We're some dogs, man. We're that's how it is for us. We got to get it out the mud. That's how it's been. And we haven't had an easy path, and we love it. So.
What about on the offensive side? Hold on, I didn't get the offense yet.
Oh, offense. My guy Tanner Connor for sure. Shout out Julian Hill too, man. Julian Hill brings it. You know, they say like a lot of tight ends don't like to block, but this guy likes to block. And I know that, like, you know, I mean, we're probably not going to go up against each other as much now. You know, now that we're using this to joint practice and stuff. But these last couple of weeks, man, I know when Jay Hill's right there, oh yeah, it's going to be a fight. You know, I know when Jay Hill's coming back off the off-look tight end and he's coming back to block me, kick me out, like it's going to be a collision. You know, that's how it's always been, and I always appreciate that because, like, me and him, you know, we'll go at it. You know, we'll talk mess to each other, but at the end of the day, we know it's love and we know we're getting each other better. So shout out to Julian Hill, man. Julian Hill as well. Everybody, man. Yeah, I would say definitely Tanner Connor and Julian Hill have been like my two guys that I've seen really just make strides for sure.
I love that mutual respect that you guys have for each other. You know, Tanner mentions you, and it's like you come back and you have nothing but great things to say about him. I got to ask though. We've been watching this team our whole lives, and I don't think I've ever seen 4 dust-ups in a joint practice ever. There's a certain scrappiness to this defense this year. There's something about Ethan Bonner
the boy
getting in the
Bonner
mix.
is a dog.
Ethan Bonner getting into a mix with Drake London. Is there scrappiness to this defense this year?
No, yeah, man. I mean, yeah, Jalen Ramsey set the tone, man. He had a big talk with us about, how we want to, all these narratives about the Miami defense being soft, the Miami boys, whatever people are saying, man, like we're gonna dead that this year. That's we want to be the bully defense. We want to be, we want to take control. Obviously, our offense is great, one of the best offenses in the league, and everyone knows that. But we want to, take a title for ourselves and be known as a defense for the Miami Dolphins as well. So.
And you guys have been making that offense look sus. Defense has been bringing it, bro. I'm sorry, you guys have been bringing it.
No, yeah, we definitely had a pretty good camp as a defense for sure. I feel that the offense definitely feels. I mean, when you're going against a great offense like that, you got to bring it. You have to.
Everybody's bringing it, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we're 48 hours away from the first preseason game. Obviously, Ghost mentioned you're currently number 1 on the depth chart. I know it's early and it doesn't mean a whole lot, but you are number 1 on the depth chart right now. What are you looking forward to Friday night, and what have you been told as far as like playing time and what to look for?
As far as playing time, as of right now, I'm suiting up and I'm playing. I don't know, how long or anything like that, but hey, I'm ready to go. And just for me personally, going into Friday night, fly around and make plays like I'm gonna do it on camp. That's at the end of the day, it's football. We've been practicing, for the last couple of weeks, and now we get to do it in our stadium under the lights, against another team, the same team we're practicing against. So I'm ready to just like I always say, pick up where I left off. Go out there and do what I've been doing.
We've had a lot of guys from smaller schools on this podcast, that coming from colleges. What was that journey like for you when you came to the NFL?
The small school guy. Well, yeah. So I mean, yeah, my college career is definitely not the typical one, right? But I went to Prairie View. I played wide receiver, ran track, and played football for 3 years of my career. We get a new defensive staff, and the defensive line coach Todd Middleton calls me one day. I'm taking a nap in my dorm room, and he said, "Hey, I want you to come pass rush for us." And at first, I was just like, hey, I don't know about that. I'm 200 pounds. I'm 6'4". I'm just, I'm not really a defensive lineman. But he talked to me about the NFL and things like that, and I made the decision. Best decision I ever made, and I wound up having a really good year, I would say, for someone who had only played 1 year of the position, and I hadn't played defense since high school at that time, and I wound up, getting a lot of NFL attention, having a lot of visits, and had some 30 visits, and me and my agents, we talked, and they're like, look, we know you're a crazy athlete. You got to kill your pro day, and you kill your pro day, you're going to get an opportunity. You possibility to get drafted late, but either way it goes, if you kill your pro day, you will get an opportunity. And so that was my mindset. I trained my ass off, and had an amazing pro day, and wound up getting drafted in the 7th round by the Oakland Raiders at the time, when they were in Oakland. And that was just an amazing feeling to come from basically a receiver who I felt like didn't do much in 3 years to making a switch, just saying, you know what, why not, type of thing. Let's go try it out. And I make that switch, and then now I'm getting a call on draft day, day 3 of draft day. It was just a surreal feeling. It was like, man, like you think it can't happen, but if you work hard enough and you believe in yourself and you put in the work, like it can happen. Like, and honestly, that day was just like crazy. I was crying. It was just like, it was crazy. I feel like I had been through so much, and to hear my name called, on draft day was just crazy. I'm like, man, like, do people know like what I had been through, like to get here today? Like it was crazy, man. But getting in the league was definitely a big adjustment. Like I would say, just going against, these offensive linemen in the NFL. And, I think at the time in Oakland, we had Colton Miller and Trent Brown, which were, two big boys. You know what I mean? And so me coming off of 1 year, as a pass rusher and now going against those guys, it was a shock. It was like, okay, like this is different. And at the time, I think the Raiders were a 4-3, and it really wasn't, I don't think, the fit for me. I was training to be a 3-4 outside linebacker. That's what I was training for. So when they drafted me, it was a little bit of a shocker simply because of the defense that they ran. I didn't think that. I thought I was going to judge by 3-14. And I think that's why ultimately I didn't want to be in there, because it just wasn't the fit. But I wound up in Tampa, where I was 3-4 outside linebacker, and I was with Larry Foote and JPP and Shaq Barrett when they were there in those days, when Shaq was coming off that great, crazy year, and learned a lot from those guys. Made the team my second year there. Played mainly special teams. I was on the roster for about 5 games. They wanted to cut me, put me on the practice squad, and went to Atlanta the next year. Went hard on their practice squad. Made the team next year. Mainly played special teams again. But I would say that every team I went to, I was getting better. I wasn't just going out there and wasting my time. I was going out there. I got a chance to practice against Trent Brown and Colton Miller my first year. Then I go to Tampa Bay. I get a chance to practice against Donovan Smith and I forget the right tackle's name he had, Dotson at the time. Big guy. Those guys are crazy. Then the next year we get Tristan Wirfs, who's
Dog.
one of the best tackles in the league right now.
He just got his payday.
Yeah. He just got paid. I practiced against him for 2 years. Then I get to come to Atlanta and practice against Teron Armstead. I'm sorry. Then I go to Atlanta, practice against Jake Matthews and Caleb Gary for 2 years. And then I get here, I get to practice against Austin Jackson and Teron Armstead. So every practice squad that I was on, like I was making the most of it. I'm like, these reps are gonna matter. Like I get to go against the best of the best every single day. So why not make the most of it? So that's always my mindset. At every team I've been on. Yeah.
I
So
just
cool
feel like
about you-
people. Oh, we're all excited to talk. I apologize, boys. Bobby, go ahead.
No, I just thought, just real quick, I thought it was cool. Your story, and maybe you know this, but your story and Saran Neal's story is very similar.
I was just gonna say that
He was a receiver and he turned into a safety, and he was like the same as you. It's like, I don't know, man. That's not really what I came here for. That's not really what I'm trying to do. But then he looked back on it and like, man, that guy had the best interest in me because I got a 10-year career out of this deal. I'm set financially for the rest of my life now because that guy seen something in me that I didn't even see and I didn't even believe in myself. So like for you to tell that story, and maybe that's something y'all can talk about, man. Y'all have like crazy similar stories.
No, definitely. I didn't know that. I'm gonna highlight him tomorrow for sure. Now that you said that, I didn't know that at all.
he says he uses his wide receiver releases when he's on special teams. Do you use any kind of wide receiver release if you're rushing the
Kickoff. I'm getting off the ball. Yeah. I'll probably say that's really the only time I could probably use any wide receiver stuff. But yeah, I mean, the speed's still there. The speed hasn't gone anywhere. So
How weird is it for the special teams now, though? Like it's weird now, right? The special teams lining up that close to each other now. Like, is that like, are you guys getting adjusted to that? Like,
oh yeah, no, that's a big adjustment. That's like it's totally different. But we've been working on it. Danny's been getting us right. We've had a lot of reps at it now, and then we finally these drum practices are really good because you get like practicing against each other is one thing, but when you get to go against other guys that are like trying to mess you up and like really go hard, like it's a whole different type of practice. And so I'm really glad that we got those reps. I think the whole league needs those reps, because we're all adjusting to it. But it's definitely different. Pros and cons on both sides. I mean, there's pros on the kickoff return side and cons to that side. There's pros on the kickoff side. And there's cons to that side too. I think in a Hall of Fame game, you kind of got a quick little picture of how it could look and how it's going to look. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch for sure.
A lot of holes on that kickoff. A lot of holes
That's
on.
what
You
I
put
was just about
Etienne
to
back
say.
there. You put
Like,
Waddle back there. You put Tyreek back there, bro.
Right.
You got some big holes there on
Yeah.
kickoff. This is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, definitely. No, it really is. It really is for sure. I'm excited to see it, man. It's gonna be crazy.
So you brought up Shaq Barrett. I can't get you here and not ask about that. Did you have any signs that he was going to retire, and what are your thoughts?
Not at all. He came to minicamp and he worked, and you know, I mean, I don't think anybody saw it coming. But hey, you know, I mean, he made that choice, and super happy for him. I mean, he had an amazing career. Undrafted guy. Was it 11 years? 10, 11 years? I think it was.
was this going to be the 11th?
I think this might have been year 11. I think so. Yeah. I mean, you can't do it any better than that, man. Shaq's had an amazing career, and I appreciate Shaq too, because Shaq was somebody that I looked up to when I was in Tampa, being with him those 2 years. Also as a father, as a family man, I have 2 kids now, and watching Shaq as a father, I mean, praying for him, and I talked to him, you know, after he announced that, and you know, he's in good spirits, and he's ready, you know, to lock into that family, man. So I'm super happy for him. Yeah.
Boys, by the way,
probably...
earlier this show, we didn't announce it, but throwbacks, week 2, Thursday night football, Bills.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What's your thoughts on the throwbacks versus like a regular?
I love it. I mean, honestly, I like all our uniforms. Honestly, I think the aquas are dope. I love the aqua color. Yep. The all white. Can't never go wrong with all crispy white. You feel me? And then our throwbacks just set it off too. So
the all whites are Mike's favorite, bro. He loves the all whites. He keeps the boys cool.
Oh yeah, it keeps the boys cool in the heat. You know, I'm gonna have my jerseys hung up here when I get moved in. I love all our jerseys, so it'll be I love them.
So you brought up the heat. Let's talk about the cold. Last year, you was in that Kansas City game. How'd that feel?
Oh man, that was that cold was different. Like that's the word I would use. Like different. Like I mean, I probably had 4 or 5 layers on. You know, they gave us like this wetsuit type thing. You put around. It was long sleeve. You put it on your body. Then you had like a long sleeve over that. Then you had like a hoodie. Then you had like the big black snow kind of ski looking jacket. Then you had the ski mask on with the beanie, with the hood. Then you had the latex gloves with like another glove and like a bigger glove. And it was like
That's crazy.
And you were still cold. And it was like, if you took any layer off for 10 seconds, like that body part, whatever body part it was going to freeze. Like if you took your glove off to scratch your face or whatever you were doing for 1 second, it was your hand was gonna be frozen in 10 seconds. It was the craziest cold I've ever been in. I mean, I've been in some cold, and that was not fun for sure. Like that was not fun. It was like dangerously cold. You know what I mean? It was like it felt like we shouldn't be outside cold. You know, it was crazy.
Well, there were rumblings about like moving the game, and like I don't know how seriously the league took that or whatnot, but it was I think it was -33 at one point on the field.
Yeah, no, that wind chill was serious.
I'm good on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get a home game this year.
I think the craziest part is like you just went through everything y'all had to put on, and then people still had to play. Like you still had to go play the game of football. It wasn't just like, oh, this is cold. Like 60 minutes of hitting people and getting hit.
Yeah, I mean, that was yeah.
And imagine being like you're sitting on the sidelines all game and you're just freezing, and you say you're a special teams guy, you get 4 to 8 plays a game, but you are freezing on that.
Yeah, I mean, like there was no way to stay warm. You know, like there was no way to like get your body warm and like, you know, because even if you were warm for a second, you come off the field for like you said a couple plays and you're cold again. Like no matter what, it was just that cold. Yeah, it was crazy.
You just got to bring the playoff game to South Beach.
That's what we need.
Right?
That's what we need.
That's what we had. If we're being honest, that's what we had. We kind of fumbled the bag there, but
yeah, man. Hey.
But I will say this. One of my favorite things about this entire team, and even every guy that we've had on here, everybody knows what happened. Yeah. Everybody's accountable for it. Nobody's making excuses. This year, the playoffs run through South Beach, and that's what it is. Point blank. Like, that's it. Period.
We got to do. We got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do, man. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Bro, what do
We
you
got
do for fun
Dixie.
down here? Let's break into like the human side of Quinton real quick.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, what do you do for fun? Like, you go to Google search you, there's nothing, dog. There's nothing. Like,
Oh
usually
man.
we compile questions and we're like, oh, this guy loves to hunt, or like, bro, there's nothing about you. You're
Yeah,
so low key.
yeah.
So we just want to know a little bit about you, man.
Yeah, no, man. I'm a big gamer. I'm a big gamer, man. I'm a 2K guy. I don't really play Madden a whole lot, but I'm a 2K guy. I'm a hooper. I play 2K all day. I know 2K, the new one's coming out in September. I'll be on that the day of the drop. This new NCAA, I've been on that.
Let's go.
Warzone, man. I'm a big Warzone guy. So I'm definitely a gamer. Hanging out with my kids. I'm a gamer and a family man. That's kind of how I would like describe myself. A family man and a gamer. I got my 2 boys that I'm always spending time with. My beautiful girlfriend Brooke. I'm always just any chance, especially now being in camp, any chance I get to come home and spend time with them. Her family, my family's from California. I'm originally from Long Beach, California. So my parents are actually here now. They're here for the game this weekend.
Nice.
Her family's always throwing parties and having parties at her mom's house. I'm always over there. Like I just love family, man. I'm a big family guy. Been trying to fish a little bit more too. Been trying to fish, trying to get, Florida, everyone fishes, man. All my guys fish, and I've been trying to get into that. I just recently, this off season, probably started back in February, I got into golf, and I golfed. I would say, like, at least once a week in this off season, I was golfing. My golf game is getting there. It's getting there.
Okay.
It's getting there. I'll get you a couple pars on the course now. So I'm getting there. But,
Let's go.
that's a hobby that I picked up that I absolutely love. Love golf, man. Like I feel like golfing and things like you don't understand how fun it really is till you do it, and you get with the boys and you go play golf. And it's like, okay, damn, I've been missing out. Like this is dope.
You're in the right group. The boys are avid golfers here.
Yeah. You get the right group
But
of guys.
fun golfers. We're not going nowhere. We're just out there for the vibes.
That's it. This for the vibes, man. That's it.
It seems like you can't be on this team now if you don't golf. Everybody's golfing.
Everybody's golfing, man.
It used to be a funny joke that like Tua would take his days off to go play golf or whatever. Now it's like you had to cuss the whole team out because everyone golfs.
Bro, you guys see Sauce? Yeah. You see how serious Sauce Gardner is taking golf this offseason?
I haven't seen it. No,
my boy's out in lightning storms. He's out in lightning storms working on his swing.
I don't know about all that, man.
Like, what are you doing,
bro? Hey, kudos to him, man. Hey, she trying to. I mean, look, you got to practice. You want to be good at golf. You got to play. That's what you got to do. So, hey, respect to him for that, man.
Well, Quinn, I know that you wanted 30 minutes here, and we never want to take away your time. We always appreciate that the time that you have given us. But we want to give you any kind of last moments here to kind of just reflect on just like the start of your career and where you're at now. And like I said, that depth chart coming out and seeing your name just #1 up there, that's probably how to feel some sort of way about that. Yeah. And that it's just an amazing feeling right there.
No, I mean, this whole off season and OTAs and mini camp and training camp has just been everything that I wanted. Everything, every goal that I set for myself. Of how I wanted OTAs to go, how I wanted mini camp to go, how I wanted the starter training camp to go from there till now. Like everything is just going the way that I want to go. And seeing my name on the depth chart, I didn't even know that came out. One of my friends sent it to me, like, hey man, congratulations. I'm like, congrats for what? And I saw the depth chart. I was like, wow, but it's just I'm playing football. At the end of the day, I'm playing football, man, and the depth chart looks great. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love seeing my name one. But at the end of the day, I'm just playing ball. I'm playing ball, and I'm making the most of my opportunity. And my goal, yes, is to be out there on that field with that defense week 1 against the Jags. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm working for. To be a special team starter on all 4 phases, as well as be a defensive starter. That's what I want. That's what I'm working for. But I mean, to go through everything that I've gone through in the league, and then this year this opportunity presents itself, and like I said, I mean, I think even regardless of the injuries, regardless of the situation, I was going to attack camp the same way, and I think that now NFL is right place, right time for a lot of guys. For a lot of guys, And I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to just be here in Miami during this time where I have a real opportunity where I can really show what I can do and make a name for myself, you know, in this league. That's what I want to do. But it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I enjoy getting up and going to work every day, and just continuing this journey, continuing this path. I mean, I have a crazy college story and I have a crazy professional story too. And you know, I always tell people all the time, like, I want to make a movie one day, because I really do feel like, you know, I want to inspire people, and I want to, you know, have people to see, like, if you believe in yourself, man, like, you can go far. And I feel like that's the reason why I've just been able to even be ready for this op. It's because I just believed in myself. I never stopped. Never stopped. That Future song that came out, never stopped. I had that on repeat in my draft process, because it's like, I've been told no a million times. I've been told I can't do it. I've been told, oh, you're a small school guy. You can't, you'll never be this. You'll never be that. And every time it's just been like, okay, I'm going to show you. Like, you tell me I can't? Okay. You know what I mean? And that's been my mindset. I feed off the hate. I feed off the negativity. I feed off the doubt. Like, that's just been my mindset. And I'm getting turned up just talking about it right now. Because,
Bro, yeah, I'm ready to run through a wall, dog.
yeah, you know, because it's like I've been through a whole lot, man, but I've always stayed grounded. I've always stayed humble. I have my girlfriend, soon to be fiance, you know, soon. She's
not a secret
amazing.
now.
She's been amazing. And every time I overthink a little bit or say, babe, I don't know, she's like, stop it. She's like, stop it. You go out there, you do you, and let the rest fall into place. Control what you can control. And she gets me back right. My family, my mom and dad, and my little brother, and my boy Kev, and all my guys back at home, like, they believed in me. Every time I got cut or waived or, you know, signed to the practice squad, and if they felt like my head was down for a sec, like, nah, Q, like, no, we ain't doing that, because we know what you are, you know what you are, and keep grinding. And I have that around my agents, man. Shout out to them. They've kept me up. Like, just everyone I have around me and just my mindset prepared me to be ready for whatever op that I was going to have. And so this one presented itself, and I'm just making the most of it. And it's going great. And I want to continue to stack. Tomorrow we have a walkthrough. I have a great walkthrough tomorrow, and just continue to be excellent, chasing greatness, you know, and have some fun on Friday night for sure. But yeah, man, it's I can sit here and talk about it all night. I mean, it's definitely amazing to feel like people are starting to see you how you see yourself, you know, and that's what I was saying. And people are always, oh, you know, don't let everything get to your head and all the attention and all this. I'm like, man, I've been through so much negative stuff. The positive stuff is easy to deal with, you know. Yep. Now people are talking good about me. You know, and you know, I mean, I'm not on my phone searching up my name, but, you know, people send me stuff. You know, it happens, and it's really cool. You know, it's really cool. Like I said, it's a really good feeling when you feel like people are starting to see you how you see yourself. And I've always seen myself this way as a great player who will continue to get better. I'm getting better every day. You know, I've had good practices, but my goal is like, nah, I mean, that's a good practice, but I'm working on these things for the next one. And I go into the next one and say, okay, work on those things. Okay, now I got a couple more things I can work on for the next one. Keep going, keep stacking, and keep getting better. Yeah, it's been working for me. And yeah, man, amazing, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to play ball on Friday night. I'm excited to continue this training camp and continue to do what I've been doing. I'm not gonna stop, man. Like I said, the orange jersey was just the beginning. And yeah, I can't stop. Can't stop, man. Never stop.
Bro, I don't even know if you know, but Tanner came on the next day. You get the jersey, bro. Like, he was hyping you up. The next day you get the jersey, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
He called it.
Like, it's not just fans seeing this, bro. Your peers are seeing this. You got that dog in you. You've always had that dog in you, and the opportunity's knocking, and you're gonna fucking knock down that door with your head, bro. Like, we're ready for you. We got your back. Your family for life,
you guys,
bro.
Man.
That's all I'm gonna tell you, and that's it.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to TC. Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate it for real.
Yeah, I know you don't have to look around far right now to find supporters. And like you said, your inner circle's got you, your agency's got you. You get on Twitter any time of the day right now, you're going to see your name, but you definitely got 3 more that have your back and are rooting for you, brother.
Definitely. I appreciate you guys, man. Seriously.
I got one more question, Quinn.
All right.
What do you think of the merch?
I love the merch, man. Hey, the The merch is fire, man. Like I said, I'm wearing this to the facility tomorrow. I'm wearing this
Let's
facility
go.
tomorrow.
Let's go.
The merch is fire,
go.
man. The merch is fire for sure.
Yeah,
Well, we
man, that's
appreciate you
awesome.
taking some time and showing some love and showing up in the hat, man. We surely appreciate it, man. This is been such a cool ride for us. I hope it continues. But yeah, we appreciate you, especially during, coming off joint practices. I know you got a lot going on. You said your mom's in the kitchen cooking right now. So
Yeah.
we won't hold you up any longer, but we want you to know we truly appreciate your time and you sharing it with us.
Hey, thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for having me on here.
Yes,
Thanks
sir,
so
man.
much. We appreciate you.
Later, brother.